Have you gotten your sippy today, Fred and chat? Clown pubes. Oh boy, story time.
Hello, chat. Hello. Hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. 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 Hi.
Rev Raid.
Oh. Hi, Rev. Hi. Hi. Hi, hi, hi,
Fuck,
hi,
I have
hi.
no idea, Rev Crime.
Why did the TTS choose to say it that way? That was so specific. It sounded so distressed. Why did it sound so distressed? You were introduced to the world of mobile game ass and titty. Wonderful. I'm going to introduce you all to the world of getting spaced today. We literally just started stream. I've got some choice music for it too. We are going to be reading a short story from the Illustrated Man today, but we literally just started. That's why you rated. Yeah, I think that we've talked about our mutual enjoyment of Ray Bradbury, haven't we? It was a long time ago, but I seem to remember bringing up the Illustrated Man to you and us bonding over that early on. It's not the very sad one about Venus. Are you talking about The Long Rain? Because that one was brutal. But yes, I am going to be reading literature. You all might remember, well, you probably know Ray Bradbury as the author of Brave New World. I'm not just crazy, right? Am I a fake? No, that's Aldous Huxley, excuse me. Ray Bradbury wrote, what was the, he wrote Fahrenheit 451. There we go. Sorry. The three, I don't know why I got those mixed up so badly. It's because they're all, they're the classic dystopian fiction you're taught in high school. Good morning. I didn't sleep very well, I'm afraid. Degree redacted. Oh, GG. In my defense, I haven't read Brave New World or Fahrenheit 451 since high school. Do you ever sleep well? Sometimes. Occasionally. Not regularly, though. I need at least 8 hours of sleep, if not 10, and I rarely get it. You might also know Ray Bradbury from another common short story that was taught in middle and high school called The Veldt, where there is a room that creates synthetic experiences, a VR room basically, and the lions eat the parents. You might remember it from that. I'm drinking more Malfung today, by the way. What's everyone sipping today?
Rev dance, T-owl dance.
I love your dance emote, Rev. I imagine you're going to bounce pretty soon if you haven't bounced already. But if you're still here, good to see you. I hope you've been well. I was able to find a PDF of The Illustrated Man, so you'll all be able to read along if you so choose. Hibiscus as a cold drink. Nice. The last bit of duck shit tea you had. Okay, unironically, duck shit tea is amazing. Ika Pika's messages have just become more and more dense amalgamations of memes as time has gone on. Yeah, Raven Dreams, The Illustrated Man is one of my favorite books. I mean, it's a short story collection, so it's kind of cheating, but... you know. Janark, I have a fair bit of work to do after stream, so I'll try to be reasonable with myself, though. Can we get a stream where you just read Ika's chat history? Maybe.
Oh hell. I'm creeping on into almost 3 years. Thanks for letting me lurk here and hear cursed yet informative things. Pimp me love.
It's been a pleasure having you. Jesus Christ, Ika Pika. I'm like... all you need to know from it is the last 3 words are rescan your penis. Good. Hey everyone. I wanted to look at something with you before we read. It's something that patron of the stream, Vex, has given us. It's something that is happening to TikTok, which very well may not be in America for terribly much longer. Vex decided to show me, well, a while ago. I think we even watched it on stream at one point. That is the wrong window. Oh my god, how many images do I have in my media share tab? In case you're wondering, by the way, Vex is the reason we see a lot of weird stuff on stream. Vex decided it would be right to show me the full playlist of Danny Smoke in Furryland. I have not watched the whole thing. We have only watched the third, I believe. Vex specifically messaged me and said, "Hey, I have something for you and your stream. That is if you are up to show something random." And they went on to say, "This series has me and everyone on TikTok in a chokehold." And I'm, there are 13 parts to this. You all ready? Is this DMCA safe? No idea. We'll find out together, won't we? This is Danny Smoke in Furryland. Why the hell is one of the tags Gary V? Gary V is Gary Vaynerchuk, who famously is an investor. He's an investor who invested early in, I believe it was Amazon? And since then has been kind of a celebrity investor. Probably as bait, maybe. Okay. I'm ready. Would you all like to join me on this little adventure? We are rewarding the early fellas today. Well, at least what passes for a reward on this stream. I can't hear you.
I'm announcing I have a new goal.
Wait.
What? Hey everyone, I'm announcing I have a new goal. What the crap? Ah! Oh, wait, where am I? The Furry Kingdom? Hey everyone, I'm announcing I have a new goal.
He absolutely was about to say he's announcing he has a new girlfriend, right? I have a new girlfriend. She lives in Canada. I am so excited. He looks like he has a skeletal issue, but that doesn't stop him from making art.
Hey, beautiful anthro babes everywhere. Sexy bikini day. Yeah, maybe Furry Kingdom the best.
Is that an M&M shirt? It's scoliosis, really? Okay. Wait, does scoliosis have this kind of effect on, like, musculature?
Shit, stop right there. No. Hey.
I'm not worried about diagnosing this guy. I'm not worried about it.
Beautiful
oh my god, the
anthro
gulp is
babes
perfect.
everywhere. Sexy bikini day. Yeah, maybe Furry Kingdom the best. Shit, stop right there. No.
Shit.
Hey.
The gulp is immaculate.
Where are you taking me?
What, Hairless? We've never seen a kind like you. So,
My
I'm
God,
taking
it's
you
so
to King
loud.
Magnum for questioning.
King Magnum? Where are you taking me?
I'm sorry it was so loud.
The man is into furries. More than Fred himself.
Please, I'm just a people. Don't lock me away in the castle.
He's like young Neil Breen. I love him. Please, I'm just a people.
Please, I'm just a people. Don't lock me away in the castle.
Yes, it is. It is weird and not like us.
When I heard of you as Monster, I didn't expect it to be so cute. I think I'll keep it as my pet.
No!
You want to see a professionally VA'd and animated anime? You think I could talk Mary into getting into contact with this guy? The first official, like, full ASTRALINE anime. And it's Danny Smoke in the Furry Kingdom.
You and I are gonna have a lot of fun. Yay, fun.
Well, this is not how I expected to be spending my Saturday.
King Magnum!
Can you say I'm busy?
But your daughter's King Magnum!
Can you say I'm busy?
But your daughter's been kidnapped.
What?
Papa.
What?
You and I are gonna have a lot.
He's so sad. Hold on. Hold on. Mike must see this. You're right.
What?
Papa.
Okay, hold
You and I
on.
are gonna have a lot of fun. Yay, fun.
Well, this is not how I expected to be
Okay,
spending
I
my
needed to get a screen grab real quick.
One whole sub-year. Also thanks for keeping me sane throughout college's TL part.
Oh, glad to help, Lucius. Thanks for the year. Oh, and also, Emmy, thanks for the 300 bits. Pimp Master Stallion for the 32 months. Goodness. Orthogonal Caster for the 21. Raylor for the 27. And Buckstar for the 23. Shoosh for gifting out a sub. And Daniel Zidian for the 15 months. Clown Pubes for the Clown Pubes. Contra Perry for the 32 months. Also approaching on 3 years. Goodness gracious. Thank you, everyone. I just needed a specific screen grab. That's why I paused. Wait, did it? Wait, did it take? Hold up. Save. There. Boop. Oh. There. What? We're going to keep him around. Poor King Magnum. What? Gay fun.
My daughter, kidnapped. I think the only way to cheer myself up now, play with my new pet.
Wait! What if I could save your daughter?
You, please. Unless you could somehow prove yourself a badass, you're staying here forever.
You were saying?
My daughter, kidnapped.
This is so masterful. Oh my god, I love this. Demi, I have no idea what this is. This is incredible. That is so loud. Hold on. I want King Magnum's face. King Magnum is the best part of this whole thing so far. He's perfect.
You were saying?
My daughter, kidnapped. I think the only way to cheer myself up now, play.
I love King Magnum, the kind of guy to say, my family member has been kidnapped. The only way to cheer myself up is to have gay sex. You're right, Mike does need to see this.
You may go rescue Princess the daughter in exchange for freedom, but Marshall the Wolf must join you.
This is ludicrous! I'm a lone wolf. This pathetic Galen's thing has embarrassed me.
Hey, watch your mouth, wise guy.
No bickering while my sexy daughter is kidnapped. Out!
Fine. But he started it.
Shut your lips, mouth, and hinds.
To see him leave love to watch him go. You may go rescue.
This has to be a shit post. This is masterful. How did he no, stop.
But he started it.
Shut your
Kamel
lips,
Dini.
mouth, and
Why did he run that way?
Started it.
shut your lips, mouth, and eyes.
To see him
He
love to
No, this is a shit post. This is 100% a shit post.
Fuck! This is so crazy. We're going to save Princess for my freedom.
Oh, that old thing? Yeah, first off, if I'm gonna spend a day adventure with you, Marshall gonna need a drinky poo.
Gah! We're going to the bar? We can't just...
Hey there, Mr. Sexy! Who's the hairless one?
Uh-oh, TOS.
Oh, I guess one drink wouldn't hurt. Fuck! This is so crazy. We're going to save...
Fuck, this is so crazy.
And that's how I end up here.
I wish I was kidnapped so you could save me. Save me.
Yeah, I am badass, but I have
Yeah,
princess
this is
to
a
save.
shit post.
Marshall, is it time to go?
Leave me alone. Oh, it's so sad how Marshall is lately. He used to be King Knudsen's #1 guard and warrior. But ever since his tragic
What was-
exploit, he's now 75%. That's badass. Oh.
Wow. That's so sad. I think I'm gonna look down in sadness, close my eyes for 15 seconds. One, two, and that's how I end up.
Yeah, this is a shit post. This is perfect. This does have Teen Girl Squad energy.
Hey, time to chug my alcohol. Okay, I know you have tragic backstory, but that no excuse to ruin my fun.
I know. That's why I was trying to ruin his fun. Bring up my tragic backstory again. Remember this laser sharp aim.
Hey,
What the hell? I hope that this is the only thing that survives our generation. And historians think that this is just what media was like. If this is what future generations think high art was of the time, then they'd be right. This is the culmination of decades.
he was a troll? What the crap did this fucker try to do bullshit to me?
I love that instead of saying what the hell, he said what the crap and then follows it up with fucker.
Get a potion. Put it into your drink. Typical troll trick. Turns the user gay. Never to return again.
Gay? Me? That's ridiculous. I'll always be a straight warrior.
Yes, we are cool guy rivals, but even I can tell you.
I'll always be a straight warrior.
Yes, we are cool guy rivals, but even I could tell you straight due to aura. He is. Trust us.
He was a troll?
This is immaculate. Oh my god.
What be this? Oh no. Oh no, crap. This doth not look good.
Quit with your riddle and mystery talk. Out with it already.
And a map to the princess. She got docked, the most dangerous part of all furry land. Furry Mexico. What be this?
Wait. I need... He's perfect. Oh, he's immaculate. They adjusted the shape of the mouth. The scar's on the wrong side now. Oh, wait. It keeps changing sides. Yeah, it's on this side, and then it moves to the other side. This is perfection. It is not possible to make a more perfect web series.
Furry Mexico? What's so dangerous about that? I love Mexico people. and their exotic cuisine.
I'm not explaining crap to you. We're gonna need reinforcements, especially with the hairless dragging us down.
You don't quit names calling me, I'll pound you like a chump.
King says he's here.
Every single line is so powerful.
Me, I'll pound you like a chump.
King says
We need to contact Hina so that she can make these a part of her soundboard.
he's here. Nice. Troll away. Wah, 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 wah.
Sicko comments.
Furry Mexico?
I'm going to tell my kids that this is Genshin Impact. You can get a character with AoE bomb arrows. Genshin Impact is a MMO FPS RTS real-time grand strategy game. This is so perfect. Okay, we are going to have to keep up with this. I'm invested in the story. I need to know what happens to Danny Smoke. As a Mexico person, I'm honored. There's one more? Is there? Okay, hold on. Let me take a look. Wait, there's two more. Two more.
Is as beautiful and woven as a flower made of colors. In fact, I think it's so beautiful that I will take off all my clothes.
Ready, aim, fire!
Yes, sexy bitches, it's naked.
Why? Yeah. This does have Tails gets trolled energy.
Oh, you.
Wait.
Follow. Oh, you drunk
Oh.
bitch. Everyone follow me.
Don't you touch me, hairless!
Which name's calling me?
I'll call you whenever I want!
He blushed, yeah.
Britissimo. Hello,
What?
governor.
Wait, no, go back. I'm gonna tell my Patreon that this is Ryan. Wait, why is it British? Isn't this supposed to be trolls? Everyone, I'd like to introduce you all to the composer for Down the Rabbit Hole. The British, the natural enemy of furries. Trolls are all British. Is that like why they're sequestered on an island? This is the perfect isekai. It's true. The only thing that's missing is getting hit by the truck. I need to tell Vex. Danny, smoke now. I need to know how it goes. How it continues. Danny's smoke is so beautiful and perfect. I think that there is something valuable and worthwhile in stupid shit like this. I mean, yes, on its surface, it is just extremely amusing. But it also acts as a sort of way to draw attention to things, to aspects of a medium that you don't really think about, like shot composition and structure and pacing, things that viewers, readers, what have you, consumers of the media tend to take for granted. Its absence becomes glaring, and it allows us to say, why doesn't it have these basic things, as though we were able to recognize it all along. Yeah, Spicy Lizard, if my Danny Smoke gets taken away before the conclusion of the series, I'm protesting. I'm breaking into Capitol Hill and shitting on the floor. Change.org. One thing that I want to watch with stream sometime is, what is it? Neko Sugar Girls. I have a clip from it in my Hate Raid emergency kit. I need complete silence for this spell. Nyan Neko Sugar Girls, thank you. It is the original, yeah. One of those things that's so early that it's hard to tell whether or not it was satire. Hate to see him leave, but love to watch him go. Okay, hold on. I want to do something real quick. I have a bunch of stuff in my media share scene in OBS, and I want to look through all of them before we read today. I need to clean it up in case I need to add something. Oops. Okay, let's take a look. So already we have King Magnum. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Goalward, right. Whoops. Remove that. We have some Cerveza Cristal as a sensor. Douche. Oh yeah. The license plate during the speed run of My Summer Car. This one's just called chin.png. What is this? Oh yeah. Hey bro. Feet enjoyers. Why do I have an image called Feet Enjoyers? Oh. It literally was Danny Smoke in the Furry Kingdom. We have Rich Evans. Oh, there's the Cerveza Cristal we were using as a sensor. Oh yeah, live Neelix reaction. What's this? Oh. We can get rid of that as well. Color source. Oh, it's just red. Why do we have just red? What's this? This is just random letters. Oh, it's Neelix. We have Rich Evans again. Why do we have so many repeats? More Neelix. Oh yeah, this was AI Neelix from the Willie's Chocolate Experience. AI just very clearly made Neelix. More from Willie's chocolate experience. Live spectral reaction. Yep, that's good. More AI. There's Peppa Pig with stage 7 cancer. More Rich Evans. I just have gigantic Rich Evans just in case. I always keep a Rich Evans in my back pocket. Oh, there's Mike. Vegetables. Oh yeah, Ryan. I'm laughing my ass off because Ryan is literally the most sexless being. As a variation on this meme about Wallace. We have, oh, Nicki Minaj's ass. In, what is this, Call of Duty? We have, oh right, the AI idol thing. Whatever happened to her, I wonder. She stares into your soul. What's this? I don't remember. There was clearly context. Ape Fest. Okay, remove that. Doing some spring cleaning. There's Chai. Bold ideas. Your reference to bold ideas is very... I don't remember what this could possibly have been in reference to. What? I was dumbfounded by these dark scenes of wanton cruelty. Why anyone would be amused by the cute little baby creature's sufferings was beyond my comprehension. Oh yeah, that's the Smurfs. Diapers don't thump. Oh, and there's the little Smurf fella that we have immortalized in our chat. Let's see. We have a couple of old Foogies for specific people. Then just regular Foogie. What's the text? Oh. Yeah, past Fred. Yeah, past Fred. Oh, and then I had Chibi Elfie. Oh, yeah. Grandpa at maximum. There is nowhere to hide. Yeah, those were extra Donathon goals. Oh, and there's my transformative gamer chair. We should keep this around just in case. I'll hold on to that. Good. Spring cleaning done. Perfect. Hey. We are going to read Du Morvido. Did we get a Vido? And yes, it was Meat and Koki. It was Meat and Koki who showed me the Smurf forums. What was it that we were saying I needed to show them in turn? There was something. And I can't remember. That was Coke Meat, Porkin' Across America. Or Mischief Man. Sex House feels like something they would appreciate. To call this place evil implies a clarity of purpose that I do not want to attribute to anyone involved. still one of the most powerful things to come out of the Onion. I'm just
To call this
wild.
place evil implies a clarity of purpose that I do not want to attribute to anyone involved.
There we go. I feel like I've shown so many people Porkin' Across America at this point, but I showed Keyjet, I showed Mike. Who else have I shown? I just watched it on stream. I'm just wild about Mischief Man. Wait, did we show Nick? I don't think that we showed Nick. Hina was the one who showed me. We watched it with Hina. Mischief Man. And then in a normal voice, Mischief Man. Yeah, I hate democracy comes from the Apple Maniac. I do need to have Nick on more. That's not just your inner Fujoshi. I did not know what a Fujoshi was originally. I've learned so much. I didn't know what an Oshi was at the beginning of my Animu arc. I think Junie would appreciate Porkin' Across America. Okay, good. I actually checked my schedule. I was worried for a second. I thought that we were doing story time today, and we are. I didn't misremember. But I definitely panicked a bit, and I was like, did I screw up my schedule? The Sex House of Leaves. Yeah, I'm gonna hit up Junie and see if she wants to hang out and check out some weird body horror from The Onion. That was that so Cactus. We didn't ever do the Empress Teresa rewrite event, not properly. Nick needs to experience Judas's stupid
Hey,
fiesta
the thing
of
on
nightmares.
Saturday sounds interesting. How's it going to work?
The thing on Saturday? That's the Monument Mythos? Or do you mean the stuff share, the video share? Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to make a Google form. On Sunday, we are going to be doing that's for like viewer made stuff. We're going to be taking viewer submissions in a you laugh you lose style thing. Except I don't care if I laugh. I will try not to laugh. Yeah, I have a few donathon goals that I owe everyone still. I am acutely aware of them. I've been behind. But, right now, when will the form be out? Next stream. I'll have it set up and give it to everyone next stream. Okay. Before we read, we are going to read in just a minute. We're going to be reading a short story from The Illustrated Man, and I will explain exactly which one and why soon when we come back. But right now, I need to refresh my liquid. Before we... So everyone, I encourage you to stand up, stretch your legs, stretch your arms, get yourself a sippy. We'll be back here in just a few minutes, okay? Don't go too far.
Wiggly, please read us the tale of Gregor and the 15 cucks next. Yowl Wiggly.
Hello,
27
owlets.
months. Woo.
Woo. The time has come, everyone. I do have a PDF, so you can read along if you would all like. And I also have some good music that will be suitable. Ray Bradbury did a lot of science fiction writing, and this is no exception. I have a little music that's just right for this. When we were playing, I didn't choose a specific story just when I put the schedule together. But I remember playing last night Lethal Company with Mike and James and Bun. And there's a particular thing that happens in Lethal Company when you get sucked out into space. You get pulled far enough away from all of your allies that you can't hear them anymore. And every time that happens, it reminds me of a particular story from Ray Bradbury called Kaleidoscope, from one of my favorite short story collections, The Illustrated Man. Beautiful book, very melancholy story. So I thought, why don't we read the introduction to The Illustrated Man, which itself is very beautiful, and then read Kaleidoscope together. This will be about an hour of reading, for those wondering. So get comfy. We'll be here a minute. I would highly recommend getting a blanket to curl yourself up in. Oh, Kodiak. That's awesome. Shall we begin? Let's see. Should I zoom in a bit so everyone can read it if you want to join in? Is the music loud enough, by the way? Everything balanced all right? Good. It was a warm afternoon in early September when I first met the illustrated man. Walking along an asphalt road, oh dear, is this broken? Yeah, they scanned this PDF in. Let's see how bad it is. I was on the final leg of a 2 weeks walking tour of Wisconsin. Late in the afternoon, I stopped, ate some pork, beans, and a donut, and was preparing to stretch out and read when the illustrated man walked over the hill and stood for a moment against the sky. The music just a tad louder? I can do that. There. How's that? I didn't know he was illustrated then. I only knew that he was tall, once well-muscled, but now, for some reason, going to fat. I recall that his arms were long and the hands thick, but that his face was like a child's, set upon a massive body. Oh, voice up a bit? I can, in relation, bring the music down. There we go. How's that? I'd like to make sure that this is all just right when we start. There. Let's try this one more time. It was a warm afternoon in early September when I first met the illustrated man. Walking along an asphalt road, I was on the final leg of a 2 weeks walking tour of Wisconsin. Late in the afternoon, I stopped, ate some pork, beans, and a donut, and was preparing to stretch out and read when the illustrated man walked over the hill and stood for a moment against the sky. I didn't know he was illustrated then. I only knew that he was tall, once well-muscled, but now, for some reason, going to fat. I recalled that his arms were long and the hands thick, but that his face was like a child's, set upon a massive body. He seemed only to sense my presence, for he didn't look directly at me when he spoke his first words. "Do you know where I can find a job?" "I'm afraid not," I said. "I haven't had a job that's lasted in 40 years, he said. Though it was a hot, late afternoon, he wore his wool shirt buttoned tight about his neck. His sleeves were rolled and buttoned down over his thick wrists. Perspiration was streaming from his face, yet he made no move to open his shirt. "Well," he said at last, "this is as good a place as any to spend the night. Do you mind company?" "I have some extra food you'd be welcome to," I said. He sat down heavily, grunting. "You'll be sorry you asked me to stay," he said. "Oh." "Everyone always is. That's why I'm walking. Here it is, early September, the cream of the Labor Day carnival season. I should be making money hand over fist at any small-town sideshow celebration, but here I am with no prospects." He took off an immense shoe and peered at it closely. "I usually keep a job about 10 days. Then something happens and they fire me. By now, every carnival in America won't touch me with a 10-foot pole." "What seems to be the trouble?" I asked. For answer, he unbuttoned his tight collar, slowly. With his eyes shut, he put a slow hand to the task of unbuttoning his shirt all the way down. He slipped his fingers in to feel his chest. Funny, he said, eyes still shut. You can't feel them, but they're there. I always hope that someday I'll look and they'll be gone. I walk in the sun for hours on the hottest days, baking, and hope that my sweat'll wash them off, the sun'll cook them off. But at sundown, they're still there. He turned his head slightly toward me and exposed his chest. Are they still there now? After a long while, I exhaled. Yes, I said. They're still there. The illustrations. Another reason I keep my collar buttoned up, he said, opening his eyes, is the children. They follow me along country roads. Everyone wants to see the pictures, and yet nobody wants to see them. He took his shirt off and wadded it in his hands. He was covered with illustrations from the blue tattooed ring about his neck to his belt line. It keeps right on going, he said, guessing my thought. All of me is illustrated. Look. He opened his hand. On his palm was a rose, freshly cut, with drops of crystal water among the soft pink petals. I put my hand out to touch it, but it was only an illustration. As for the rest of him, I cannot say how I sat and stared, for he was a riot of rockets and fountains and people in such intricate detail and color that you could hear the voices murmuring, small and muted, from the crowds that inhabited his body. When his flesh twitched, the tiny mouths flickered, the tiny green and gold eyes winked, the tiny pink hands gestured. There were yellow meadows and blue rivers and mountains and stars and suns and planets spread in a Milky Way across his chest. The people themselves were in 20 or more odd groups upon his arms, shoulders, back, sides, and wrists, as well as on the flat of his stomach. You found them in forests of hair, lurking among a constellation of freckles or peering from armpit caverns, diamond eyes aglitter. Each seemed intent upon his own activity. Each was a separate gallery portrait. Why, they're beautiful, I said. How can I explain about his illustrations? If El Greco had painted miniatures in his prime no bigger than your hand, infinitely detailed with all his sulphurous color, elongation, and anatomy, perhaps he might have used this man's body for his art. The colors burned in 3 dimensions. They were windows looking in upon fiery reality. Here, gathered on one wall, were all the finest scenes in the universe. The man was a walking treasure gallery. This wasn't the work of a cheap carnival tattoo man with 3 colors and whiskey on his breath. This was the accomplishment of a living genius, vibrant, clear, and beautiful. Oh yes, said the illustrated man. I'm so proud of my illustrations that I'd like to burn them off. I've tried sandpaper, acid, a knife. The sun was setting. The moon was already up in the east. For you see, said the illustrated man, these illustrations predict the future. I said nothing. It's all right in sunlight, he went on. I could keep a carnival day job. But at night, the pictures move. The pictures change. I must have smiled. How long have you been illustrated? In 1900, when I was 20 years old and working a carnival, I broke my leg. It laid me up. I had to do something to keep my hand in, so I decided to get tattooed. But who tattooed you? What happened to the artist? She went back to the future, he said. I mean it. She was an old woman in a little house in the middle of Wisconsin, here somewhere not far from this place. A little old witch who looked 1,000 years old one moment and 20 years old the next, but she said she could travel in time. I laughed. Now, I know better. How did you happen to meet her? He told me. He had seen her painted sign by the road. Skin illustration. Illustration instead of tattoo. Artistic. So he had sat all night while her magic needles stung him wasp stings and delicate bee stings. By morning he looked like a man who had fallen into a 20-color print press and been squeezed out, all bright and picturesque. I've hunted every summer for 50 years, he said, putting his hands out on the air. When I find that witch, I'm going to kill her. The sun was gone. Now the first stars were shining, and the moon had brightened the fields of grass and wheat. Still, the illustrated man's pictures glowed like charcoals in the half-light, like scattered rubies and emeralds, with Rouault colors and Picasso colors and the long, pressed-out El Greco bodies. So people fire me when my pictures move. They don't like it when violent things happen in my illustrations. Each illustration is a little story. If you watch them, in a few minutes they'll tell you a tale. In 3 hours of looking, you could see 18 or 20 stories acted right on my body. You could hear voices and think thoughts. It's all here, just waiting for you to look. But most of all, there's a special spot on my body. He bared his back. See, there's no special design on my right shoulder blade. Just a jumble. Yes? When I've been around a person long enough, that spot clouds over and fills in. If I'm with a woman, her picture comes there on my back in an hour and shows her whole life, how she'll live, how she'll die, what she'll look like when she's 60. And if it's a man, an hour later his picture's here on my back. It shows him falling off a cliff or dying under a train. So I'm fired again. All the time he had been talking, his hands had wandered over the illustrations as if to adjust their frames to brush away dust. The motions of a connoisseur, an art patron. Now he lay back, long and full in the moonlight. It was a warm night. There was no breeze, and the air was stifling. We both had our shirts off. And you never found the old woman? Never. And do you think she came from the future? How else could she know the stories she painted on me? He shut his eyes tiredly. His voice grew fainter. Sometimes at night, I can feel them, the pictures, like ants crawling on my skin. Then I know they're doing what they have to do. I never look at them anymore. I just try to rest. I don't sleep much. Don't you look at them either, I warn you. Turn the other way when you sleep. I lay back a few feet from him. He didn't seem violent, and the pictures were beautiful. Otherwise, I might have been tempted to get out and away from such babbling. But the illustrations, I let my eyes fill up on them. Any person would go a little mad with such things upon his body. The night was serene. I could hear the illustrated man's breathing in the moonlight. Crickets were stirring gently in the distant ravines. I lay with my body sidewise so I could watch the illustrations. Perhaps half an hour passed. Whether the illustrated man slept I could not tell, but suddenly I heard him whisper, "They're moving, aren't they?" I waited a minute. Then I said, "Yes." The pictures were moving, each in its turn, each for a brief minute or two. There in the moonlight, with the tiny tinkling thoughts and the distant sea voices, it seemed each little drama was enacted. Whether it took an hour or 3 hours for the dramas to finish, it would be hard to say. I only know that I lay fascinated and did not move while the stars wheeled in the sky. 18 illustrations, 18 tales. I counted them, one by one. Primarily, my eyes focused upon a scene, a large house with 2 people in it. I saw a flight of vultures on a blazing flesh sky. I saw yellow lions, and I heard voices. The first illustration quivered and came to life. We won't read the first story. I'd actually like to skip it, because the story that has been on my mind is the second. Oh, Ika Pika, the illustrations end at his waistline, at his belt line. I can answer that. I'd like to read Kaleidoscope for all of you. Is that okay? This short story collection is called The Illustrated Man. I would highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite books. If you're just coming in, by the way, you haven't missed the story. We were just reading the introduction to the book. We're only beginning the story just now. This is Kaleidoscope by Ray Bradbury. The first concussion cut the rocket up the side with a giant can opener. The men were thrown into space like a dozen wriggling silverfish. They were scattered into a dark sea, and the ship in a million pieces went on, a meteor swarm seeking a lost sun. Barkley? Barkley, where are you? The sound of voices calling like lost children on a cold night. Wood, Wood. Captain. Hollis, Hollis, this is Stone. Stone, this is Hollis. Where are you? I don't know. How can I? Which way is up? I'm falling. Good God, I'm falling. They fell. They fell as pebbles fall down wells. They were scattered as jackstones are scattered from a gigantic throw. And now, instead of men, there were only voices. All kinds of voices, disembodied and impassioned in varying degrees of tenor and resignation. We're going away from each other. This was true. Hollis, swinging head over heels, knew this was true. He knew it with a vague acceptance. They were parting to go their separate ways, and nothing could bring them back. They were wearing their sealed-tight spacesuits with the glass tubes over their pale faces, but they hadn't had time to lock on their force units. With them, they could be small lifeboats in space, saving themselves, saving others, collecting together, finding each other until they were an island of men with some plan. But without the force units snapped to their shoulders, they were meteors, senseless, each going to a separate and irrevocable fate. A period of perhaps 10 minutes elapsed when the first terror died and a metallic calm took its place. Space began to weave its strange voices in and out on a great dark loom, crossing, recrossing, making a final pattern. Stone to Hollis. How long can we talk by phone? It depends on how fast you're going your way and I'm going mine. An hour, I make it? That should do it, said Hollis, abstracted and quiet. What happened? Said Hollis a minute later. The rocket blew up, that's all. Rockets do blow up. Which way are you going? It looks like I'll hit the moon. It's Earth for me. Back to old Mother Earth at 10,000 miles per hour. I'll burn like a match. Hollis thought of it with a queer abstraction of mind. He seemed to be removed from his body, watching it fall down and down through space, as objective as he had been in regard to the first falling snowflakes of a winter season long gone. The others were silent, thinking of the destiny that had brought them to this, falling, and nothing they could do to change it. Even the captain was quiet, for there was no command or plan he knew that could put things back together again. Oh, it's a long way down. Oh, it's a long way down. A long, long, long way down, said a voice. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. It's a long way down. Who's that? I don't know. Stimson, I think. Stimson, is that you? It's a long, long way, and I don't like it. Oh God, I don't like it. Stimson, this is Hollis. Stimson, you hear me? A pause while they fell separate from one another. Stimson. Yes? He replied at last. Stimson, take it easy. We're all in the same fix. I don't want to be here. I want to be somewhere else. There's a chance we'll be found. I must be, said Stimson. I don't believe this. I don't believe any of this is happening. It's a bad dream, said someone. Shut up, said Hollis. Come and make me, said the voice. It was Applegate. He laughed easily with a similar objectivity. Come and shut me up. Hollis, for the first time, felt the impossibility of his position. A great anger filled him, for he wanted more than anything at this moment to be able to do something to Applegate. He had wanted for many years to do something, and now it was too late. Applegate was only a telephonic voice. Falling, falling, falling. Now, as if they had discovered the horror, two of the men began to scream. In a nightmare, Hollis saw one of them float by, very near, screaming and screaming. Stop it! The man was almost at his fingertips, screaming insanely. He would never stop. He would go on screaming for 1,000,000 miles, as long as he was in radio range, disturbing all of them, making it impossible for them to talk to one another. Hollis reached out. It was best this way. He made the extra effort and touched the man. He grasped the man's ankle and pulled himself up along the body until he reached the head. The man screamed and clawed frantically like a drowning swimmer. The screaming filled the universe. One way or the other, thought Hollis, the moon or Earth or meteors will kill him. So why not now? He smashed the man's glass mask with his iron fist. The screaming stopped. He pushed off from the body and let it spin away on its own course, falling, falling down space. Hollis and the rest of them went in the long, endless dropping and whirling of silence. Hollis? You still there? Hollis did not speak, but felt the rush of heat in his face. This is Applegate again. All right, Applegate. Let's talk. We haven't anything else to do. The captain cut in. That's enough of that. We've got to figure a way out of this. Captain, why don't you shut up? Said Applegate. What? You heard me, Captain. Don't pull your rank on me. You're 10,000 miles away by now, and let's not kid ourselves. As Stimson puts it, it's a long way down. See here, Applegate. Can it? This is a mutiny of one. I haven't a damn thing to lose. Your ship was a bad ship, and you were a bad captain, and I hope you break when you hit the moon. I'm ordering you to stop. Go on, order me again. Applegate smiled across 10,000 miles. The captain was silent. Applegate continued. Where were we, Hollis? Oh, yes, I remember. I hate you too, but you know that. You've known that for a long time. Hollis clenched his fists helplessly. I want to tell you something, said Applegate. Make you happy. I was the one who blackballed you with the rocket company 5 years ago. A meteor flashed by. Hollis looked down, and his left hand was gone. Blood spurted. Suddenly, there was no air in his suit. He had enough air in his lungs to move his right hand over and twist a knob at his left elbow, tightening the joint and sealing the leak. It had happened so quickly that he was not surprised. Nothing surprised him anymore. The air in the suit came back to normal in an instant now that the leak was sealed, and the blood that had flowed so swiftly was pressurized as he fastened the knob yet tighter until it made a tourniquet. All of this took place in a terrible silence on his part, and the other men chatted. That one man, Lesper, went on and on with his talk about his wife on Mars, his wife on Venus, his wife on Jupiter, his money, his wondrous times, his drunkenness, his gambling, his happiness, on and on, while they all fell. Lesper reminisced on the past, happy, while he fell to his death. It was so very odd. Space. Thousands of miles of space, and these voices vibrating in the center of it. No one visible at all, and only the radio waves quivering and trying to quicken other men into emotion. Are you angry, Hollis? No. And he was not. The abstraction had returned, and he was a thing of dull concrete, forever falling nowhere. You wanted to get to the top all your life, Hollis. You always wondered what happened. I put the black mark on you just before I was tossed out myself. That isn't important, said Hollis. And it was not. It was gone. When life is over, it is like a flicker of bright film, an instant on the screen, all of its prejudices and passions condensed and illumined for an instant on space. And before you could cry out, there was a happy day, there's a bad one, there an evil face, there a good one, the film burned to a cinder. The screen went dark. From this outer edge of his life, looking back, there was only one remorse, and that was only that he wished to go on living. Did all dying people feel this way, as if they had never lived? Did life seem that short, indeed over and done before you took a breath? Did it seem this abrupt and impossible to everyone, or only to himself? Here, now, with a few hours left to him for thought and deliberation. One of the other men, Lesper, was talking. Well, I had me a good time. I had a wife on Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. Each of them had money and treated me swell. I got drunk, and once I gambled away $20,000. But you're here now, thought Hollis. I didn't have any of those things. When I was living, I was jealous of you, Lisper. When I had another day ahead of me, I envied you your women and your good times. Women frightened me, and I went into space, always wanting them and jealous of you for having them, and money, and as much happiness as you could have in your own wild way. But now, falling here with everything over, I'm not jealous of you anymore, because it's over for you, as it is for me, and right now it's like it never was. Hollis craned his face forward and shouted into the telephone. It's all over, Lisper. Silence. It's just as it never was, Lisper. Who's that? Lisper's faltering voice. This is Hollis. He was being mean. He felt the meanness, the senseless meanness of dying. Applegate had hurt him. Now, he wanted to hurt another. Applegate and space had both wounded him. You're out here, Lisper. It's all over. It's just as if it had never happened, isn't it? No. When anything's over, it's just like it never happened. Where is your life any better than mine now? Now is where it counts. Is it any better? Is it? Yes, it's better. How? Because I got my thoughts. I remember, cried Lisper, far away, indignant, holding his memories to his chest with both hands. And he was right. With a feeling of cold water rusting through his head and body, Hollis knew he was right. There were differences between memories and dreams. He had only dreams of things he had wanted to do, while Lisper had memories of things done and accomplished. And this knowledge began to pull Hollis apart with a slow, quivering precision. What good does it do you? He cried to Lisper. Now, when a thing's over, it's not good anymore. You're no better off than me. I'm resting easy, said Lisper. I've had my turn. I'm not getting mean at the end, like you. Mean? Hollis turned the word on his tongue. He had never been mean as long as he could remember in his life. He had never dared to be mean. He must have saved it all of these years for such a time as this. Mean. He rolled the word into the back of his mind. He felt tears start into his eyes and roll down his face. Someone must have heard his gasping voice. Take it easy, Hollis. It was, of course, ridiculous. Only a minute before he had been giving advice to others, to Stimson, he had felt a braveness which he had thought to be the genuine thing, and now he knew that it had been nothing but shock and the objectivity possible in shock. Now, he was trying to pack a lifetime of suppressed emotion into an interval of minutes. I know how you feel, Hollis, said Lisper, now 20,000 miles away, his voice fading. I don't take it personally. But aren't we equal, he wondered, Lisper and I, here, now? If a thing's over, it's done. And what good is it? You die anyway. But he knew he was rationalizing, for it was like trying to tell the difference between a live man and a corpse. There was a spark in one, and not in the other, an aura, a mysterious element. So it was with Lisper and himself. Lisper had lived a good, full life, and it made him a different man now, and he, Hollis, had been as good as dead for many years. They came to death by separate paths, and in all likelihood, if there were kinds of death, their kinds would be as different as night from day. The quality of death, like that of life, must be of an infinite variety, and if one has already died once, then what was there to look for in dying for good and all, as he was now? It was a second later that he discovered his right foot was cut sheer away. It almost made him laugh. The air was gone from his suit again. He bent quickly, and there was blood, and the meteor had taken flesh and suit away to the ankle. Oh, death in space was most humorous. It cut you away, piece by piece, like a black and invisible butcher. He tightened the valve at the knee, his head whirling into pain, fighting to remain aware, and with the valve tightened, the blood retained, the air kept, he straightened up and went on falling, for that was all there was left to do. Hollis? Hollis nodded sleepily, tired of waiting for death. "This is Applegate again," said the voice. "Yes." "I've had time to think." "I listened to you." "This isn't good. It makes us bad. This is a bad way to die. It brings all the bile out. You listening, Hollis?" "Yes." "I lied. A minute ago, I lied. I didn't blackball you. I don't know why I said that. Guess I wanted to hurt you. You seem the one to hurt. We've always fought. Guess I'm getting old fast and repenting fast. I guess listening to you be mean made me ashamed. Whatever the reason, I want you to know I was an idiot too. There's not an ounce of truth in what I said. To hell with you." Hollis felt his heart begin to work again. It seemed as if it hadn't worked for 5 minutes, but now all of his limbs began to take color and warmth. The shock was over, and the successive shocks of anger and terror and loneliness were passing. He felt like a man emerging from a cold shower in the morning, ready for breakfast and a new day. "Thanks, Applegate." "Don't mention it. Up your nose, you bastard." "Hey," said Stone. "What?" Hollis called across space, for Stone, of all of them, was a good friend. "I've got myself into a meteor swarm. Some little asteroids." "Meteors? I think it's the Myrmidon. I think it's the Myrmidon cluster that goes out past Mars and in toward Earth once every 5 years. I'm right in the middle. It's like a big kaleidoscope. You get all kinds of colors and shapes and sizes. God, it's beautiful, all that metal." Silence. "I'm going with them," said Stone. "They're taking me off with them." "I'll be damned." He laughed. Hollis looked to see, but saw nothing. There were only the great diamonds and sapphires and emerald mists and velvet inks of space, with God's voice mingling among the crystal fires. There was a kind of wonder and imagination in the thought of Stone going off into the meteor swarm, out past Mars for years, and coming in toward Earth every 5 years, passing in and out of the planet's ken for the next 1,000,000 centuries. Stone and Myrmidon cluster, eternal and unending, shifting and shaping like the kaleidoscope colors when you were a child and held the long tube to the sun and gave it a twirl. "So long, Hollis." Stone's voice, very faint now. "So long." "Good luck," shouted Hollis across 30,000 miles. Don't be funny, said Stone, and was gone. The stars closed in. Now all the voices were fading, each on his own trajectory, some to Mars, others into farthest space. And Hollis himself, he looked down. He, of all the others, was going back to Earth alone. So long. Take it easy. So long, Hollis. That was Applegate. The many goodbyes, the short farewells, and now the great loose brain was disintegrating. The components of the brain which had worked so beautifully and efficiently in the skull case of the rocket ship firing through space were dying one by one. The meaning of their life together was falling apart. And as a body dies when the brain ceases functioning, so the spirit of the ship and their long time together and what they meant to one another was dying. Applegate was now no more than a finger blown from the parent body, no longer to be despised and worked against. The brain was exploded, and the senseless, useless fragments of it were far scattered. The voices faded, and now all of space was silent. Hollis was alone, falling. They were all alone. Their voices had died like echoes of the words of God, spoken and vibrating in the starred deep. There went the captain to the moon. There, Stone with the meteor swarm. There, Stimson. There, Applegate toward Pluto. There, Smith and Turner and Underwood and all the rest. The shards of the kaleidoscope that had formed a thinking pattern for so long, hurled apart. And I, thought Hollis, what can I do? Is there anything I can do now to make up for a terrible and empty life? If only I could do one good thing to make up for the meanness I collected all these years and didn't even know was in me. But there's no one here but myself. And how can you do good all alone? You can't. Tomorrow night, I'll hit Earth's atmosphere. I'll burn, he thought, and be scattered in ashes all over the continental lands. I'll be put to use, just a little bit, but ashes are ashes, and they'll add to the land. He fell swiftly, like a bullet, like a pebble, like an iron weight. Objective all of the time now, not sad or happy, or anything, but only wishing he could do a good thing, now that everyone was gone, a good thing for just himself to know about. When I hit the atmosphere, I'll burn like a meteor. I wonder, he said, if anyone will see me. The small boy on the country road looked up and screamed, "Look, Mom, look! A falling star!" The blazing white star fell down the sky of dusk in Illinois. "Make a wish," said his mother. "Make a wish." It's a favorite.
T-Owl Cry, welcome back, Owl Man. Great reading.
And welcome back yourself. I need a moment. Is it silly that I know it's probably silly that that just reading a story makes me cry. Is it awkward? Make sure you're hydrating to replace what you're losing. I feel very silly. I'm the narrator. Maybe I should pick stories that won't make me cry in the middle of stream next time.
Cry for me, Owl Man. I have such a hard time shedding tears. Thank you. I'd like to do this regularly, by the way. I'd like to take a day out of each week to read a story. I want to have some regular things I do, where Tuesdays I play chess, and Thursdays I read stories for everyone. A few regular things here and there. My streams haven't had much regularity in really any definition. I'm sorry, I'm taking a moment. But I would love to take a day out of each week to read for all of you. Some of my favorites. Ray Bradbury's good. I think that there's been a lot of loss of appreciation for short stories. I think that novels took over and everyone got excited about them, and I've always just liked short stories more. So I'd like to share them with you. And maybe some of my own here and there. Not that they could hold a candle to someone like Ray Bradbury. Hey, well, how you doing? I did see you earlier. I just was a little preoccupied. But yes, this, if you would like to go and read it on your own, if you came in part way, it's Kaleidoscope by Ray Bradbury. very easy to find PDFs of it online. Just search it. I would recommend the entirety of the Illustrated Man. I'm kind of disappointed that the Velt seems to be the story that gets taught so frequently, because there are so many better stories. I'm just flipping through. I have my own hard copy in front of me right now. I'm just flipping through it. What, The Visitor? The last story is particularly powerful. The last story was the one that really got me. The Rocket. I'd be willing to read Kurt Vonnegut. I'd have no problem. Oh, thank you, Anonymous Fellow, for gifting out a sub to Uwom. Enjoy your froggy. You have the original froggy. Well, mine's not the original. I borrowed the idea from a particular animator. I'm so glad that you have your own froggy, Uwo. I want it to spread. It has a particular energy to it. Perhaps next week we do something that isn't quite as brutal, right? Maybe I pick out a good J.G. Ballard story. Oh, and Chill, thank you for the 19. I am glad I have the opportunity to share lovely things with all of you. I think it's a rare privilege to be able to have the attention of people and have the opportunity to share some of your favorite lovely things with them. Even if it's, what, what is it again? What's his name? Danny Smoke. Sometimes it's Ray Bradbury. Sometimes it's Danny Smoke. And they're all lovely and have great things to say about the human condition. I think I wasn't feeling great last night, and so I didn't sleep well. So, with the story done, maybe here's a good place to call it. And thank you everyone for taking a couple of hours today to spend here. It's been lovely having all of you. I would like to do these regular story streams once a week. That sound good to everyone? I like sharing. Maybe I have a few possibilities for next week. We'll have something. But thank you, everyone. Let me see if there's anyone who is worthy of being passed off to. Let's see. Mary's asleep. Oh. Chris is playing Hylix. Alright. Let's see.
Egg on anything but a non-stick pan.
Ooh.
Egg just gets all sticky.
This feels... You know what? This game feels right. Yeah, Thursday. Yeah, we should, we should do Community United Media Share before we call it. The viewer submissions will be the ones submitted via the Google form, right? And if we have some community video vetters, then we can potentially take submissions day of. But, you know, getting it in early makes it more guaranteed. Sorry for getting teary-eyed there for a minute. Usually I can keep it together much better. We have a little bit of garbage here on Twitter. What's this from Legion? Yeah. An owl hunting with massive nuts. Good. You know what? Good. This is a good way to cap off stream. Lauren, never forget. Perhaps less dead than we suspect. And more good. You just paste a couple the lowest form of wit. Also, legioned with a fella. Aw. I keep a fella up my sleeve. Good. Thank you, Legend. All my fellas. All my owlets. Do 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 do. All my owlets. Do do do. And let's check Tumblr as well. We cannot neglect it. Oh. As may not be surprising, Starry Feathers honed in on one particular person. Oh. If Tumblr will work. It would be really nice if Tumblr worked. Oh dear, I think Tumblr might not be playing nice today. Oh, it is not playing nice today. I can see the preview, however. Maybe refresh. I'm trying to refresh. It won't refresh. You want to see what happened when I tried to refresh? Oops. A cookie flush might help. Wait. Is it playing nice now? We have bigger. Oh my god, Tumblr's being slow. It worked. Yep, tummy ache survivor. I am a tummy ache survivor today. Also, can't you see I'm busy? I like how you implied that it's difficult to hear by just erasing it and smudging the voice lines. Their ass is not sleep. Crying. Wait, are you crying? Baby. I'm sorry. Oh, what? What?
Oh, in story time, look at. I do legitimately and unironically see you all as my bouncing baby owlets. I hope you know this. They can scoop up into my hands and hold gently like hamburger. Also, fuck you for making the king Nick. Well, this is not how I expected to be spending my Saturday. Yeah, there's one tucked behind the pillow. Oh, they're perfect. You all are perfect. It was highly requested. Yeah? Yeah? You know what? I believe you. God, the shit posting. It's like art and also shit post. It's beautiful. Well, thank you everyone for... This was a little bit of an experiment today. I'm doing a lot of experimentation with my streams right now. Figuring out what I want to do with them, how I want to go forward with them, and I think that things like this are what I'd like to do. Having special events, right? You know, having certain focuses. Tomorrow we are going to be sort of returning to forum and really digging into this house has people in it, and then checking out Nick's video on it and seeing his analysis and seeing where we agree and maybe disagree. I think I watched it a very long time ago, but golly, I don't remember. But thank you, everyone. It's been really nice having all of you. I'll see you tomorrow. I'd like to do streams very regularly. Almost every day, if I can help it. Because I like streaming. I like it a lot. And I'm feeling better about it. In a way I haven't for a long time. I'll see you all soon. Tomorrow. Goodbye. I'll send you into Chester. Playing Hylix, which feels right after this stream, and then Buckshot Roulette. Ooh, raid message? Make a wish. That'll be our raid message. I'll see you soon. Chester will be good to you. I promise. Goodbye and good night.